How's it going, YouTube? Today I want to talk to you about something that I saw a couple of days ago that just really I mean, literally blew my mind. I just couldn't believe it when I saw it. So this is your big news for today. No Trump. Trump is just, I'm about tired of talking about the government shutdowns. All of that's just gotten ridiculous. You know, Democrats need, like I said before, Democrats need to grow up and get the government shutdown over with by doing what the people want. But anyways, the big news I saw, what blew my mind was I saw this video. Maybe some of you have already seen it. I don't know. But I just couldn't believe it when I saw it. I was literally horrified. It literally freaked me out. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I don't know anybody who couldn't be freaked out by it. What happened was there was... it showed like a car cam or something, like a dash cam on a vehicle, but it wasn't a police officer's vehicle. Anyway, a car is going along behind this other car, and all of a sudden you see this. They start to turn a corner on the middle of this busy road in the middle of a city, and you literally see this baby, no more than a 2-year-old at best, strapped to a car seat, come rolling out of the back seat of this car and land in the middle of the freaking road. The driver of the car and with the camera in it jumps out of the car. I mean, lickety split, and runs right over to that kid in the middle of the road trying to stop traffic, and gets the kid out of the way. And the mother of the other vehicle, she literally just keeps on driving as he's screaming, waving at her to stop. She just keeps on going, doesn't even look back, doesn't even come back. He thought she would turn around when the police interviewed him, and she never came back. But multiple people start stopping, checking on the kid, calling 911. The police eventually finally got there, and they had to track down the mother. But it just completely freaked me out when I watched the video. It shocked me. It was somewhere in Minnesota, and what really got to me was, you know, how could the mother who's driving the car not hear this kid roll out of the car from the back seat, strapped to the car seat? The car seat had to make a bunch of noise to roll out of the car. The car door, as they're turning, you can see the car door. Once it opens and the kid rolls out, the car door slams shut. You're going to tell me that the mother of that car, even if she's on the freaking cell phone or whatever she was doing, she could not hear or see that kid pop out of that car in the back seat right behind her. I'm calling BS. That's BS. All right? What is wrong with women today trying to kill their children? You see it on the news all the time. Now, I'm pretty sure this has been going on for, thousands of years. But my thing is, it's just, it's not getting as bad or as much publicity as it has been in the past, like, I don't know, 15, 20 years. These women who are literally trying to kill their children, their babies. It's so bad now. It's gotten absolutely horrible. It's just insane. You have to be one of the most evil people to kill a child. If you don't want the child, don't have the child. Plain and simple. Either, find a way, a prevention method, if you're going to go play around and fool around and have sex, or, if you do end up having a child, you give it up for adoption or something. Seriously. Women today just do not have motherly instinct anymore. They've literally thrown it out the door. They're too selfish and too worried about their freaking careers. If you want to have a career and you really don't want to have children, don't have children. Focus on your career. That's perfectly fine. I don't have a problem with that. But don't sit there and get all selfish and worry about your career and then have children. It's not fair to the children. You need to know how to take care of your child. If you're going to have a child, take the responsibility for having the child. It's just ridiculous. So you can't tell me that woman did not know her child fell out of that car. I'm calling BS on that. It's literally ridiculous. It's absolutely horrible. I'm sick of women that are like that. And it's all due on it. And to be honest, a lot of it has to do with modern feminism. Because girls today, as they're growing up from the 90s and 2000s on, they've literally been taught, to be selfish and only care about themselves. So it's bad. It's really bad. Now, I'm not saying, all mothers have done that to their little girls, taught them that way. But a lot of them have not even realized that they're doing that to their girls. It's just gotten so bad. Instead of caring about raising a family and raising children and learning how to take care of their husbands, they're literally taught to worry about, having a career and taking care of themselves and nobody else. And it's gone bad, because you see this all the time now where they're trying to kill their kids or babies. It's just terrible, and it's wrong, absolutely wrong. It's evil. Anyone who could think of killing a baby, you're evil. I'm sorry, but you are. But anyways, just look up. It's probably on YouTube too by now. You can look up how a baby is thrown out of a car, strapped to car seat in Minnesota. It's the most horrifying, one of the most horrifying videos I've ever seen. It freaked me out. But anyways, that's the big news for today. Let's move on to your B movie review. This movie was done in 1981. It is considered a serious cult classic. Uh, for a long time, I'd say during the 60s and 70s, you saw a lot of what they call kung fu movies or whatever, and kung fu was crazy back then. Everybody was checking out the kung fu movies, late night kung fu movies and stuff like that. However, once the 80s came around, the 80s the early 80s anyway, kind of got this kick, and you see a huge outpour of these movies about ninjas, and there was a ton of these ninja type movies in the early 80s, and it really became popular for a little while. The one to get that started, who kicked that off about making ninjas popular, was a movie called Enter the Ninja. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Enter the Ninja. It starred a guy named Frank Nero, which I'd never heard of. I don't know who he is. He's an unknown actor. They had a budget, or of 1.5 million to make the movie, and they grossed pretty well. It was a good over 8 million or so for this movie. So they definitely made their money on this movie. It became really popular at the time. But the movie kicks off with this guy is a white ninja. He's dressed up in white with ninja garb, and he's fighting these ninjas out in the middle of like this tropical forest or something. And he's having to fight one particular ninja that's all dressed in black, and then a whole bunch of others that are dressed in red. He's he's going through like a type of gauntlet, I guess you could call it. He fights his way through the gauntlet, and he keeps going and going, running through this forest, fighting all these ninjas, and he encounters the black ninja a couple times, has to fight him, and then he gets to this it's like a dojo, and he destroys what looks like the master, but like I don't know, a fake statue of him or something. And he goes in. Once he does that, he goes inside, and the master's sitting there, and all the other ninjas are sitting in there, come in there and sit down and line up, and he goes in there and he sits in the middle, and he's got to recite what it is to be a ninja or something, like 9 reasons why there's to be a ninja, and he passes like a test or something. He's like graduated from ninja school. You later it shows them all eating, and the one that was the black ninja, he absolutely does not like the fact that he's been granted being called a ninja now. He doesn't believe he should be called a ninja because he's actually Japanese, and the guy who passed the test is a white guy, and he doesn't believe he should be considered an actual ninja because of this. So he's not happy about it. Well, the white guy goes to leave, and the master bids him farewell, and he tells him he's going to go stay with a friend or whatever. Excuse me. Tells him he's going to go stay with a friend in the Philippines. So he leaves, and he goes to the Philippines, and he goes to meet his friend, and is an old army buddy. I'm not sure what kind of there are a couple flashbacks of him and his army buddy in a war or something, but I'm not sure what the war was actually, because it's not an American war. It looked more like an Australian war or something. So I don't know where that was, exactly what the war was that they keep having flashbacks about. But they're while he's staying with his buddy, he meets his wife, and his wife tells him that his buddy's not doing so well, that he's been drinking heavily because there's some people who want his property, and he's not willing to sell his property over to him. He's got a big like coconut farm or something, and it's good business, and these people keep coming over and running off his workers, so they're just trying to destroy his business, so he'll have to sell the property. And of course it's some rich guy who's doing it all. You eventually meet the bad guy, and he's wanting to destroy the property, and so he'll sell it to him. So what ends up happening is the white ninja guy, he basically ends up starting fighting these guys and beating the crap out of them. And one of the henchmen, the big fat chubby dude, he with this hook or whatever, it's really ridiculous. This stupid little hook that's hanging out of his hand. He keeps going back to his boss, and his boss keeps telling him he's an idiot, he needs that property, and he keeps telling his boss, well, there's this guy, he's like a whole army, and he's killing everybody. We can't do nothing. But he tries a few times to take him out, even with more men, and he's still, you know, the white ninja guy, he still keeps whipping them all their asses. It's just really ridiculous. Anyways, so the main boss guy, he says, well, we need our own ninja then. So he sends this other guy, his other henchman, is like second in command or whatever. He tells him to go go to Japan and get their own ninja. So what he ends up doing is he goes to, why out of all the dojos in Japan, he ends up going to the same dojo that trained the white guy, the white ninja. So he goes to that dojo and gets the black ninja to come back with him. So the black ninja shows up. He doesn't realize who's doing it. He's just there for a job. So he goes and kills his buddy, and kidnaps, or they actually end up kidnapping the girl. So the white ninja, he figures out. So the white ninja figures out that the bad guys take the wife, and he finds out where they're holding her, which is in some kind of looks like a uh, uh, boxing ring, uh, stadium or something. Um, he shows up there, and he literally, and he dresses up in the white ninja garb, and he goes in there, and he basically kills them all is what he does. He just kills every single one of them, including the millionaire boss or billionaire boss or whatever. Kills him too. And then the black ninja shows up with the wife, which the white ninja was basically having an affair or sleeping with, uh, behind his best friend's back or his buddy's back. So that was kind of messed up. But anyway, he ends up getting in the ring, and they have this little fight or whatever, and he kills the black ninja, and doesn't even get with the wife or the girl or whatever. He basically tells her, good luck, but he's taking off, and he leaves. And the ending is so cheesy. It shows him at the airport as he's leaving, and he basically says, I'm not sure what I'll do. Maybe I'll go kick some more ass. And that's pretty much the end of the movie. As far as B-rated action movies, it was cheesy. The acting was bad. The woman wasn't horrible looking, but she wasn't bad looking, but she wasn't like super hot or anything like that. The storyline was just very, very atypical. Like, it's a storyline you've seen 100 times. But overall, the movie wasn't so bad that I couldn't watch it. I was able to watch it. It wasn't that bad, But yeah, it's cheesy. It's definitely a bit campy, but it wasn't too bad. You could watch it. It's decent enough if you have nothing else to watch. Go ahead and watch it. And for being the first ninja movie, it's kind of expected, but it's all right. It wasn't too bad. You should check it out if you want, if you're into martial arts films. You should definitely check it out, since it is pretty much one of the very first ninja movies that came out that became popular. The white guy in it, or Frank Nero, whatever his name is, that stars in it, he literally has no, how do I put this? It almost doesn't show any emotion throughout the whole movie practically. He's literally stone-faced for most of the movie, unless he's talking to the girl. But through most of the movie, he's very tight-lipped, just cold-looking eyes, like almost like a robot. It's crazy. But yeah, that's my recommendation for a cult classic this week. Is if you want to check out one of the very first ninja movies, check out Enter the Ninja. It's decent enough. You can make it through most of the especially the transition of 70s to 80s clothes. I mean, you could definitely tell it's like early or late 70s, early 80s clothing, which was a little bit ridiculous. You know, you got to deal with a couple bell-bottom pants and stuff like that. But anyways, check it out, see if you like it. And if you have any suggestions of any kind of B-rated classic movies uh, that, you know, perhaps maybe I haven't seen them and you want me to do a review on them, then go ahead and leave a suggestion down in the comment box, and I'll get around to checking it out. Uh, Thank you for watching, and I told you I'd tell you the truth, and you just been told.